Welcome to another video. In this video, we'll discuss about some of the interview questions that can be asked on tuples. Mostly the questions on tuples asked to make sure the understanding of this pre-built data types of Python. I mean, how much we understood tuple. So do we still have some confusions? To make sure that these questions will be asked. So in those kind of questions, that one question will be reverse a tuple. That's how the interviewer might ask, or you might get this kind of question. So how to reverse a tuple? Pause this video and try to answer this, try to solve this. Already you guys know so many for loops, while loops, conditions, statements, everything, and data, all the pre-built data types, inbuilt data types, everything has been covered till now. So try to answer this, and we will see. I hope you tried and you got the answer. Now let me tell you my approach. There are multiple approaches. So the first one approach that we can use is we can print. There is a method called reversed. Basically it will reverse the original, I mean whatever the tuple we have. But there is an problem in this. So it will just return this iterator object value. Okay, basically this is a iterator object value. If you want to get the original tuple, you have to mention tuple of that reversed original. Okay, now if you run this, you will get the reverse tuple. This is the one method. If interviewer asks you, don't use this inbuilt reversed method, then there is another way. Another way is you can use for loop. I mean, you can use a list. Okay, you can create one list here and empty list here, and you can iterate through this tuple, and then you can add those values into this L1, and then you can print that tuple, okay, in the form of tuple. Okay, you can convert this list into tuple, then you can print that. That's the one way. Another way is there, that is by using slicing. You know, right? Slicing. So you can use slicing also. How slicing works? See, you know the syntax for slicing. It will start, it will stop, it will step. So in Python, let's use this. So reverse tuple equal to original. So this original tuple, and if you use colon colon -1, basically it will return, I mean it will reverse the tuple. And if you print here, I am printing the original as well as reverse the tuple. Let's see the output. See, the original is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. The reversed one is 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. So basically what I am doing, I'm using this slicing concept. If you want to know in detail about slicing, you can refer my slicing video. Okay, this is an one way. Okay, you can reverse the tuple. Now another question that interviewers might ask is, convert a list of tuples into a dictionary. They will give you a list of tuples. I mean, basically, you will have multiple tuples, and they will ask you to convert it into a dictionary. The best, pause this video and try to convert a tuple into dictionary. You might feel like it is difficult, but if you see the answer, is it? You might be wonder. So I hope you solved this. Now let's see the answer. Let's take the input data. Okay, this is the data, and for this data, how you can convert this list of, okay, basically it's a list of tuples, tuple 1, tuple 2, tuple 3. There are 3 tuples here. Now how we will do this? Just create a use a dictionary. Okay, instead of doing like, see here what I did, I just used result dictionary is equal to dict of whatever the variable that I have kept that data variable here, and whenever I print result dictionary, you will get the this list in the form of dictionaries. Okay, see, name John, age 25, city New York. Okay, and my means New York. Okay, this is another question that they may ask. Convert a list of tuples into dictionary. Whenever they ask, don't get confused like what I need to do, how to do this. Don't worry about that just use this inbuilt method and put that variable inside the dict method. It will be converted into a dictionary. As simple as it is. Now let's see another important or mostly people will ask you to confuse. That is finding duplicates items in a tuple. Okay, so you will have a tuple, and in that basically the tuple will allow duplicate values. So now you have to find out the what are the elements that are duplicates. Now pause this video here and try to solve this on yourself. And yeah, meanwhile I will comment this. Okay, I hope you guys solved the question, that is finding the duplicate items in a tuple. Let's take a tuple. Okay, let's take a tuple. 1 2 3 2 4 5 1 1. What is a duplicate? I have 1 as a duplicate, 2 as a duplicate, and 3 4 5 they are unique elements. Now how to do find duplicate elements? Okay, so for this you can do use some for loops and conditional statements, right? How? I will say, see, I have solved here. I have created a duplicates. Okay, this is a duplicate list I have created, empty list. And then I have used for loop. I will iterate through this original list for item in my tuple. And then if my tuple dot count, basically, I was whenever I was explaining tuples, I have explained you about this count method. Count method basically it will return the number of times that element has been repeated. So if it is more than one, and if it is, if that item not in duplicates, which means it is not there in the this duplicate list, okay, then you add that element to this duplicates list. Okay, then finally you print, okay, this tuple. Okay, we'll print this tuple, and as I said, we are supposed to get 1 comma 2 as our output. If I run this, we'll get 1 comma 2. Okay, so I hope you got clarity. If you want, I will explain once more, because we have two if conditions here. See, first create an empty list. Okay, it can be any of variable. I have used duplicates. Then start iterating through it for item in my tuple. Basically, in the first condition, we have 1. Okay, if my tuple dot count of item, that is count of 1. Okay, count of 1. If count of 1, what is the count of 1? 1 2 3. Yeah, so the count of 1 basically is 3. Okay, now is 3 is greater than 1? Yes, 3 is greater than 1. So what it will do? So basically it will no, this is true. Now it will enter into another if condition. If item not in duplicates, what is that item? Is 1. 1 is the item. Is item not in duplicates? Initially this is empty, right? Now this is empty. Now what I will do, that 1 is not there in this duplicates, so duplicates dot I will append. This is again another list method that basically we will use to add the elements into that list. So I will append that 1, so 1 will be added here. Okay, and then this iteration will keep on doing. If for 2 also it will do the same thing. For item, that is 2, for 2 in my tuple, if my tuple dot count, basically the count of 2 is 1 2, 2 times 2 is repeated, so 2 is greater than 1, condition is 2. Now it will enter into this if item not in duplicates, that is 2 is not in duplicates, right? So it is not in duplicates, so the duplicates, that 2 will be appended to this duplicates. Basically it will be updated with 1 comma 2. Now in the third iterations, if you see 3, so what is the count of 3? So for 3 in my tuple, what is the count of 3? That is 1. 1 greater than 1, condition is 2. It will not at all enter into this condition. Same for, again, for 2, what will happen? So the count of 2 is 2. Okay, 2 greater than 1. But if item not in duplicates, but the problem is 2 is already in this list. So what it will do, instead of so this condition will fail and it will go to next iteration. This is how this iteration will happen through these if conditions and for loop. So finally what I am doing, I am converting this list, okay, this list into tuple. You can see here I have mentioned tuple, and we can see the output in the form of tuple, that is 1 comma 2. That's what you are seeing here. If I run this 1 comma 2, okay, this is another one question that in interviews you might find. So don't get confused. You can create another list, and finally by you iterating you can add the duplicate elements into it. Also people might ask, so in the same question, right? So here people, if people asks, I want only the unique elements from this tuple, you can simply do print set of that my tuple. That also they might ask, okay, print set of tuple. If you do this, basically you will get unique elements from this tuple. See, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, the duplicate element will be removed. So this is so you have to take some examples, you have to work a lot, you have to practice a lot, then you'll become comfortable with this. Now let's see, can you add an element to a tuple? So this is the question people might ask. So what should be the answer? Your answer should be no, you cannot add uh, any element to a tuple. But why? Because we have, like for tuples we have only count and index. But you can do concatenation by using plus symbol, right? So by using plus operator to create a new tuple, you can do this. I have taken an example. See here, t1 t2 t3. So basically t1 is 1 comma 2 comma 3, t2 is 4, t3 is equal to t1 plus t2. Print, if you print t3 you will get 1 2 3 4. Let's see this, 1 2 3 4. But there is a one thing here I want to say. Since if you don't mention this comma here, you will get an error. See, you will get an error. So you are supposed to use comma, okay, for this second list, 4 comma, then only it will concatenation will happen, or else you will get an error. This is for the list that you are adding, okay. Yeah, so this is one thing you have to keep in mind, okay. These are some of the questions that you might interviewers might ask in interviews, or some people may ask you to confuse you or to know your understanding on this tuple, okay. Don't get confused, go through these kind of problems, you will become comfortable, you will become fluent, and yeah, this is easy, guys. Don't feel like it's difficult, okay. This is all about today. I hope you enjoyed this video, you understood something from this video. I will try to keep this in my GitHub repository, and I will put that link in the description, and you can always go and check it out, okay. Yeah, that's all for today, and I will see you in the next video. And I will try to discuss about the sets interview questions, or some of the questions that may confuse you in interviews. That kind of questions we will discuss in the next video. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, and share this video with your friends and the people who want to learn Python. Okay, don't forget to subscribe. It will be motivating for me to make more videos. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.